In this video, I will be showing you how to reclaim clay, doing what I call the dry job and the wet job. For the dry job, you must use completely dry clay. If you do not, the clay will not slake properly, and you will have a very hard time doing the next job. Using only dry clay, fill the container 1 inch from the top. Next, add water and allow the clay to slake and break down. Alright, we have done the dry job, now we need to do the wet job. You will need a container of slaked down clay that has slaked down for at least 4 hours so that the clay is fully saturated with water. And then you'll want to drain off any excess water. If we look here, we can see a good puddle on the top. So I'm going to go drain this off and then bring it back. So we've got most of that water drained off. It's not necessary to get all of it. For this job, you will need a couple of tools. Something to mix with, and it's important to have something that has a nice flat edge and something that can scoop with as well. You will not want to use this edge, it will not help as much as this edge. So something to mix with, something to place it on, a piece of canvas. I have many of these, you can find them on the back table. This job should not take very long. You do not need to mix it so that it is smooth. You just need to get that little bit of extra water on top mixed in and get down to the bottom, get any areas that are a little bit inconsistent. If you notice, and you keep on paying attention, you'll see that I clean off my tool often. Having a clean tool helps you see where it's going to go, and it helps you do your job a little bit better. So now I've got this mixed up properly. I'm going to scrape around the edges. Now I'm going to take this, tip it over, scrape the edges again, and then scoop it out. I just have some clay in there, scoop it out. Clean my tool again. It is a lot easier to remove clay from this tool if it's only stuck to one little part of it. So now there's only that much on the tool. When you're doing this job, your container should be this clean when you are done with it. You need to show this cleaned container to me. You need to bring this to me as part of your evidence. The next part of this job, we need to spread this stuff out. So using the same tool, I'm just going to spread it out. I'm going to start from the middle and go outward. We do not want this too thin, and we don't want to leave it too thick either. Too thick, it will take a very long time to dry out, and too thin, it will dry out unevenly. It does not need to be perfect. There. So, that's what you're looking for. We have about through 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch thickness. You don't want it much thinner than 1/2 inch. You definitely don't want it thicker than 3/4 inch. Take this to the back table that's covered in canvas and leave it there so that it can continue to dry out. This won't be ready for a day, maybe a day and a half before the next step.